Freefall 95 begs to answer the question, what if we made a Tony Hawk game, but instead of skateboarding, you were falling out of a plane? It's a wild idea, but is it fun? Well, thanks to the good folks at S-Pen Games for hooking me up with a code. I'll let you know if it was a good idea, or if I wanted to throw myself out of the plane after playing it. So let's talk about it. My initial thoughts after finishing Freefall 95 were, man, this is why I love indie games, and this is why we need indie games. Now, was it a perfect game? No, but boy was it fun. And I've been wanting more pick up and play kind of games that aren't super demanding in terms of time spent and are just more about the fun than anything else. And this gave me exactly what I was looking for. It was a crazy idea, but for the most part, I think they executed it well. So yeah, I had a blast playing this, and it was a really good time. So I'll say this isn't really the kind of game that you play for the story, but there is one here. You play as a nameless protagonist who, along with other passengers, find themselves on this plane that seems to be destined to crash no matter what happens, and you also find out that you're stuck in a time loop. So with the help from one of the other passengers, you're basically trying to figure out a way to break the loop. Now, like I said, not the kind of game that you really play for the story, and the story didn't really grab a hold of me, but I don't think this game was really made with the purpose of having some crazy super lore rich, experience. This was definitely more meant for gameplay to carry the experience. But I do like that the story was there, and it at least gave context to why we're jumping out of a plane and doing all of this crazy stuff that we're doing. My only gripe about the story is I wish that the characters had actual names. It would have been nice to put the names to the faces. The characters have their own little distinct personalities, and I'll talk more about that when I get into the gameplay section, but it would have been nice to just have names to match some of the faces. But again, not a crazy super in-depth story, but there was one here, so I figured it would be worth a mention. You want to know what the gameplay is in Freefall 95? It is fun. It is a lot of fun, and it has that Tony Hawk spirit in terms of the gameplay loop and just the way that they structure the level. So with each stage, you're going to have a set of goals to complete, and you have to do 7 goals and a main quest mission to make it to the next level. And the goals can be anything from getting to a certain point total, finding a certain number of special items, or getting bit and collecting snakes on the way down. The snakes that Samuel Jackson was yelling at in that movie, you gotta go get them. They fell out the plane, so now you gotta go collect them. And at the start of every run, you're gonna pop in your little cassette tape, you're gonna open your eyes, you're gonna see the plane falling apart, debris falling everywhere, and then you jump out the plane, and now it's time to get busy, and it's time to get off these tricks. Now you're gonna die at the end of every run. Death is inevitable. You're gonna hit the ground and splat, but the goal is to do as many tricks, get a high score, and do as many goals as you can before that happens. And to do that, you got some basic tricks you can pull off, like a somersault, where you hit a little directional push on the analog stick and a button input. And you have special tricks, which are normally 3-button input. This 3-button inputs, and this can help you do moves like the worm, which are great, just hilarious, just for whatever reason. And then, you want to keep mixing up your combo strings to make sure that you're getting the highest score possible. But the real way to rack up points is from the actual debris falling from the plane. Every piece of debris that you see falling in the sky, you can interact with in some way, shape, or form. Either that being collecting it or flipping off of it. So you can collect little bags of chips, cell phones, you can pop the champagne on the way down and get drunk. Like I said, the snake can bite you on the way down, but all of this will increase your score. And then there's the actual debris of the plane, the airplane wheels, airplane doors you can ride on, airplane seats you can ride on or flip off of. All these different items and just things that you can interact with. And it kind of forces, it gives you this gameplay loop where it forces you to keep moving. You can't keep doing the same moves over and over again. You want to collect as much as you can, flip off as many different airplane parts as you can. But you also have to be, you got to worry about the hazards. As much as you can flip off of these items, they can also hit you. So if you don't press the input on time to correctly, land on an item, you might get hit by something, catch CTE on the way down, and now your health bar is going down. So that's the thing you got to worry about, and it'll ruin your combo streak. And then different stages have different hazards. There are 5 different stages across 5 different, environmental types. There's a snow stage that has the deadliest snowflakes you'll ever see that can shoot icicles at you. There's another stage with lightning bolts going on, and you can get hit by a lightning bolt. Now your combo string is gone. So you got to be wary of the environment But I like that. It adds an extra layer of, it gives you a little more adrenaline while you're falling. You're already doing some crazy stuff, and the hazard just make it even more fun. It adds some craziness to it. And as you do these goals and you accomplish the goals, you get coins, and then you take the coins and you go back to the plane, and this is where you talk to the other passengers. You can get upgrades. So there's upgrades like health boosts, and there are different gadgets that you can buy. There's one gadget that's like a magnet that can pull items closer to you. There's a gadget that can push items away from you. Then there are the binoculars that you can get, which are very important. And these can zoom the screen out and help you see more of the screen, which you'll need because some of the goals just require you to get, just collect certain items. And the items are color coded, but it's hard to figure out where some of them are. So when you have the binoculars and you can zoom out, you can see items when they're further away. So you'll kind of know like, oh, the purple items are normally, the special items are normally purple color coded. So if you have the binoculars and you can zoom out, you can see the purple items from further away. So it's like, oh, that's on the right side of the screen. Let me fly over there. Or there's a goal on the snow stage where you got to fall on a snowman, and that's color coded blue. But you got to find where it's at. So when you have the binoculars, it's easy to see it before you land on it. So that's one of the most clutch items that you can get in this game. But the gameplay loop it's just fun, and it feels good. Like, I don't really have any complaints in terms, or not many complaints. I would say my one complaint, or really two complaints. One complaint I would have is I wish there were more tricks you could do. I wish the bag of tricks, in terms of like the basic moves, like the somersaults and things like that, I wish there were more of those moves that you could pull off. And the transition from jumping from one piece of debris to another, sometimes the timing of getting that right for me felt a little weird. That could just be a skill issue. But outside of that, this was a really good arcade style pick up and play kind of fun. It's a very simple premise. You jump out of plane, do tricks, accomplish goals, go to the next stage, do it again. it's a lot of fun. But they keep it fresh because, like I said, there are different stages you can go to, and then there are different difficulty tiers. And if you want to see all the game has to offer in terms of story and honestly in terms of gameplay, you'll want to do all 3 difficulty tiers, and they do give you a challenge. As the difficulty goes up, the goals get harder, the point totals that you need start to get higher, and they introduce new little things to really keep you on your toes. And they also have different gameplay modes. You got a combo challenge mode that you can do. There's a gauntlet mode that's kind of functions like a roguelike mode, which makes a lot of sense for this game and adds some replayability as well. So yeah, I think they did a really good job in terms of the gameplay. Like I said, it's not the perfect game, but if you want an arcade style Tony Hawk-esque game, this is really good, man. I had a lot of fun with this. Like, who doesn't want to just fall out of plane and just do tricks? I mean, not in real life, but in a game. It's great. It's a wild concept, but I think for the most part they nailed it. They got it right. And if you're looking for an arcade style pick up and play kind of game, I think this is something you need to have on your radar. In terms of the gameplay, yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. So yeah, Freefall 95, gameplay wise, not a lot of complaints for me. Had a blast. The soundtrack for Freefall 95 I thought was pretty good, man. It's good music to fall out of the sky to, if that makes sense. It has a 90s feel to it across a few different genres. We've got some drum and bass, we've got some industrial, we've got some electronic, a little bit of hip-hop influence. So I like the audio soundscape, and I like what they did with the audio in terms of the actual game. When you collect like the champagne and you get drunk, I like how the sound starts to slow down. And I think they do the same with the snake bite because it poisons you. I believe the sound starts to distort in a certain way when you get bit by the snake. But I'm going to let y'all hear some of the audio because it's better than that you hear it than me just sit here and talk about it. So let's play it. As far as bugs and performance, I didn't really have any issues that I can remember. No glitches, no crashes, Maybe a frame drop here or there when the screen gets a bit hectic, but other than that, I can't really think of anything. So yeah, game ran the way it was supposed to. Nothing bad to report here. To close this out, Freefall 95 was a great time. If you like arcade style games, if you like the old Tony Hawk games, this is gonna scratch a certain itch for you. And I had a great time with this, man. This was just good pick up and play fun, and I need more games like this. I need more stuff like this to play. So this fulfilled a need for me that I just kind of been searching for, and it definitely hit the mark for me. Had a lot of fun with this. Like I said, not the perfect game, but boy was it a lot of fun to play. And that's all I want my games to be, man. I just want to have fun and be entertained, and this gave me that in full. So Freefall 95 definitely gets my approval. Thank you again for the folks at SBN Games for hooking me up with a code. Link in the description will be below if you want to check this out, put it on your wish list and all of that good stuff. But that's all I got for today's video. My name is Serial Sensei. Y'all stay safe, y'all stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one.